When Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather agreed to a light sparring session, it became clear that things might not stay light for long, and eventually, Floyd got hurt. The two legends met up at Pacquiao's training camp in Las Vegas. Just like Cam Bynum and other celebrities who've trained with Manny before, Floyd joined in on the workouts, doing some jogging, sit-ups, push-ups, shadowboxing, and other light training routines.
So you don't lose that. Awesome. Fire.
Later on, the two boxing icons stepped into the ring for what was meant to be a casual sparring session, but things took a turn when Floyd ended up injured. Manny took the session more seriously and came forward with pressure, while Floyd mostly stayed on defense. At one point, Pacquiao trapped him in the corner and landed a series of punches that hurt Floyd's ribs enough that they had to pause and give him first aid. Fans online who saw the clip believed it was Manny's way of getting payback for their 2015 showdown. Many people believe Manny finally got his moment of revenge on Floyd. "I hope they have an exhibition match or something," one fan wrote. "Manny would beat him now. He looks much sharper than Floyd." Another viewer said, "It's amazing to see them in the ring together again. I just wish they had fought when both were in their prime." But Manny wasn't actually trying to hurt Floyd. Earlier in the session, Floyd had landed some solid punches of his own on Pacquiao. Cal's defensive back Cameron Bynum also made headlines by teaming up with boxing legend Manny Pacquiao during training ahead of Manny's upcoming WBC welterweight title bout on July 19th. Training camp officially started last week in Los Angeles, and Bynum joined him there. The young athlete, who is part Filipino, said Pacquiao has always been his favorite boxer. He ran with Manny, did ABS training, and later spoke about just how tough and exhausting it was to keep up with him.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, I'm gonna squeeze by. Thank you. Hello. You good?
That's why he's the greatest, said Bynum. When asked who he thought was the better athlete, Manny Pacquiao or Tom Brady, Bynum confidently picked Pacquiao. Then came the question, Pacquiao or Michael Jordan? Again, Bynum stood by. His answer, Manny Pacquiao, he repeated. No one compares. He added, I believe 100% Manny will win his fight with Barrios, even though the 30-year-old Mario Barrios is seen by many as the strong favorite going in.
All right, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it, man. Thank you. God bless. Appreciate it, bro. Oh, thank you. I don't care how old anybody tries to say anything is, like, that's fast for anybody in their prime. Never took a step back. I've been watching him for years. Been my favorite boxer forever, obviously, me being half Filipino, so this is a big moment for me being able to see this in person, but the fact that he hasn't slowed down a step and he's still in crazy shape, and it's only week one of training camp for him, so it's really day one of him running this hill.
As reported by The Ring, Pacquiao began training in the US using the same routine he's followed for years. He first stopped by a public park in the Fairfax neighborhood to start with light cardio. With the fight against Barrios set for July 19, 2025 in Las Vegas, Nevada, the 46-year-old icon now has just 2 months left to get into peak shape. The road to another comeback begins with discipline, and Manny's already locked into his schedule.
Made it. It was a mind game for me, but the fact that this is routine for him and the whole team, the fact that they can do this, still have to go do the ab workout after, still go do shadow boxing, then got to go back to the gym later. So this is major respect, and this is why people are great, and this is why we see Manny's great and still great, and that's why I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to go out there and get the job done.
That's amazing. Yeah. Great said, but I got to tell you this. I always tell people that Manny at 46 is faster than most 26. You're a professional athlete, top of your game.
Manny, I think Rolly has the WBO 147 title. He says you're his legacy fight. What? Rolando, he says you're his legacy fight.
You can't teach speed, you can't teach power. It's God, from God, that's it. People can work on speed their whole life, they're not gonna be fast.
As reported by The Ring, Pacquiao began training in the US using the same routine he's followed for years. He first stopped by a public park in the Fairfax neighborhood to start with light cardio. With the fight against Barrios set for July 19, 2025 in Las Vegas, Nevada, the 46-year-old icon now has just 2 months left to get into peak shape. The road to another comeback begins with discipline, and Manny's already locked into his schedule.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, Manny.
Boss,
We miss you.
you're looking in tremendous shape. You're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao and coach Freddie Roach returned to Wild Card Gym in Los Angeles as part of his preparation for the big fight with American star Mario Barrios. After losing his run for Senate in the Philippines, Manny decided to refocus and pour everything into his ring return. His official YouTube channel shared clips from Wild Card, where fans saw him back in action. It was also a touching reunion with longtime trainer Freddie Roach, who stood by him for decades.
Roger Fernandez. Si Roger Fernandez.
Joining Manny on his first day back in camp was his son Jimuel, who's now living in the US and chasing his goal of becoming a pro boxer. Pacquiao also arrived with Sean Gibbons, the MP promotions president, assistant coach Boo Boy Fernandez, and longtime aide David Sison. In the middle of the video uploaded online, fans spotted former WBC featherweight champion Mark Magsayo closely observing Pacquiao's training routine. Roach also posted training day photos of him and Manny on Instagram, just like the good old days. Their last time working together was for Pacquiao's final pro fight in August 2021 against Yordenis Ugas, where Manny lost by unanimous decision. Now at age 46, Pacquiao is back training with Roach, 65, doing mitts, bag drills, and shadow boxing. With a record of 62 wins, 8 losses, and 2 draws, 39 by knockout, Pacquiao has returned to challenge Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight crown. Many critics were shocked and even outraged, as he's 46 and Barrios is 16 years younger.
He's in 30s.
You think it's impossible for him to beat Mario Barrios right now?
Well, it's not impossible because he has power. He should have that power. Barrios is big and a strong boy, so I don't see that happening. But is it possible? Anything's possible. You know, George Foreman did it. There's been others that do it. You know,
Barrios, who is 30 years old, has a professional record of 29 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, with 18 victories by knockout. Despite being older and facing a younger man in his prime, Pacquiao isn't shaken at all. Asked about the age gap after landing at LAX, he simply laughed and said, "Don't worry about it." Another old face rejoined his corner as Manny again steps out of retirement to fight WBC welterweight title holder Mario Barrios in a high-stakes summer clash.
Very important fight.
But Manny looks good. I saw a little video. He looks in shape.
Yeah.
He's fast. He's strong.
What do you think of the people? They're making so much of his exhibition in Japan. The exhibition he had with Akpo. Why do you think they're making a lot of it? They say he didn't look good.
That is a real exhibition for...
Longtime strength and conditioning coach Justin Fortune from Australia has also returned to help Pacquiao train in Los Angeles. Fortune's goal is to make sure Manny, now 46, enters the ring in top form for a title shot against Barrios. The bout for the WBC welterweight belt is expected to take place on July 19th in Las Vegas. Just 2 days after landing in LA, Pacquiao got to work, reuniting with Roach at Wild Card Gym and shaking off jet lag with a light session.
in the last year, but This coming fight on July 19, this is a real fight. Yeah, this is a big fight.
So they're gonna see a different Manny.
Yeah. I promise as a head coach, of course, all the team fucking can work together with that. All the people, they have a comment.
He'll probably feel the jet lag by tomorrow, Fortune told LA boxing reporter Ailey Sekbach. Pacquiao now aims to break his own 2019 record when he beat Keith Thurman to become the oldest welterweight champion at 40. This new challenge is harder since Barrios, 30, stands at 5'9" and is in his prime. Pacquiao, the shorter man, must count on his speed again. He's lost a step but still very quick, Fortune explained. We just need to adjust his training because he's not young anymore. He also compared Pacquiao's return to Michael Jordan's greatness.
Go back to before the Mayweather fight. Just take us back through what happened to your shoulder. Was it about 3 weeks before when you tore your rotator cuff?
My shoulder has been bothering me since 2009.
He's Pacquiao, the Jordan of boxing. It's that simple. The sport needs him, Fortune said. Though confident Pacquiao will win, he admitted being genuinely worried as the 46-year-old legend returns to action. Pacquiao also reflected on his 2015 loss to Floyd Mayweather, explaining that a right shoulder injury limited his performance.
And then I just handle it every training, but it just happened that Mayweather training, we push harder than any training that we had in the past. So that's what happened. It got hurt, and then but we actually managed that after maybe 2 weeks, about 2 weeks before the fight, and then 3 weeks.
I don't want to make excuses or complain, but fighting with one arm is difficult, Pacquiao said. His trainer, Freddie Roach, and promoter Bob Arum were vague on the details, but admitted they almost postponed the fight. Considering everything, I think he fought bravely and I'm proud of him, Arum said. Pacquiao suffered the injury around mid-March. Arum mentioned it was the same injury Kobe Bryant had, the rotator cuff tear that ended Kobe's NBA season with the Lakers in January of that year.
The fight is, the pain is gone, so I able to raise my hands and move.
But did they say it was torn at that point?
The doctor said that there's a torn a little bit, but
Arum didn't confirm if that was the exact injury, but said Pacquiao saw the same doctor who helped Kobe. Pacquiao's team expected approval for anti-inflammatory shots, like the ones used during camp. The U.S. anti-doping agency had signed off, but Top Rank filed incorrect documents, Arum explained. Because of that, the Nevada Athletic Commission said no. Chairman Francisco Aguilar stated Pacquiao's camp didn't reveal the injury until fight night, so they denied both the medication, request, and having his own doctor ringside.
If you decide to get operated after the fight, then it's okay, but it can be healed
with time.
With time,
yes.
If you don't even need operation, but when I realized, the doctor said that, but in every training.
Fighters always deal with pain, Arum said. We thought the therapy during camp would let him use his right hand. We were disappointed when the injury returned in round 3. But this happens in sports. An athlete trains, feels better, then gets hurt again during the event. It's common in football and all sports. Mayweather agreed, saying he fought with both arms and hands injured. If Pacquiao had won, I'd be the first to say he deserved it, Mayweather stated. During the press conference after the match, acknowledging Pacquiao's effort despite the clear physical limitation he faced that night.
It will come back, the pain.
So against Floyd in the ring that night, did you feel handicapped where you couldn't throw with that hand?
I feel like, I'm disappointed in myself because when I'm throwing punches in the 4th round.
My arms were injured, my hands were too, but I always managed to win, Mayweather said. News of Pacquiao's shoulder issue raised real talk of a possible rematch. His low punch count and weak use of the right hand made it easier for Floyd to stay in control. Coach Roach admired Manny's determination, but admitted it was frustrating that Pacquiao couldn't follow their plan, especially without the right hook. It was a tight fight, Roach said. We'd love a second chance, if possible. He hinted that a rematch might happen one day if the right circumstances come together again.
Yeah, because he's leaning on the rope and attacking him, starting my pressure to him. But I feel like when I throw my hands, I feel like I cut my hands. You know, I feel like I don't have my right hand. So
Got it.
So
you're basically fighting with one arm, one hand.
Manny Pacquiao was later sued for hiding his shoulder injury before the so-called fight of the century against Floyd Mayweather Jr., Reuters reported. The lawsuit came from Stefan Vanel and Kami Rabarin, filed in a Nevada federal court. The suit seeks damages under consumer protection laws and aims to become a class action for all ticket buyers, viewers, and gamblers. CNBC said the two plaintiffs want $5 million in compensation. Mayweather kept his perfect record with a clear, unanimous win over Pacquiao. That Las Vegas showdown became the most profitable fight in boxing history at the time of the bout.
So, and then I feel no pain because of, I think because of your adrenaline is high. So, but I feel like I don't have a arm in my. I feel like it's cut.
Cut off.
Yeah, cut off.
I
yeah,
got it.
In
So
my right
despite that, did you feel like you still...
About an hour after the bout ended, Pacquiao's promoter revealed the fighter had injured his shoulder during training. NPR's Tom Goldman reported that Pacquiao had asked for a pain relief injection before the match, but the Nevada Commission refused because his form claimed he was healthy. Promoter Bob Arum said Pacquiao should have received the injection, claiming they submitted paperwork 5 days earlier to treat the shoulder and that the commission was informed. But during the final press conference, Chairman Francisco Aguilar stated Arum's claim was false. Pacquiao is now expected to undergo surgery for a torn rotator cuff.
Fight on points because he ran from you so much?
When I reviewed the fight, I threw a lot of punches than him, and then I connected more than he connected. But you know, like I said, I know how to accept loss.